morning, boys and girls. Let's see who Hootie picked today. Here he is. Morning, Hootie. How are you today? Hootie's not much of a conversationalist. Who did, Hootie pick. Let's see who it is. What letter? M again. It better not be Mrs. Weber again. It's another Mrs. Is it me? A W? Is it Mrs. Wample? What? Mrs. Wallace? Well, she's not here. How is she here?
Oops, I wasn't supposed to hug you. I wasn't supposed to hug you. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Mrs. Wallace.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my goodness.
Stay over there.
You've never been in here during this before. We weren't expecting this. This is such a surprise.
I'm so
why don't you have a seat for a minute, Mrs.
Okay.
Wallace, while we get ready. Can't you believe it? Mrs. Wallace is here? This is crazy. Who knew? Oh, my word. This is just crazy. All right, boys and girls, let's say good morning to Webster. Good morning, Webster. Mrs. Wallace, you have to say good morning to Webster.
Good morning, Webster.
Now, Mrs. Wallace, the leader tells us what Webster's going to do today. So what do you think Webster's going to do today?
Let's see. I think Webster is going to run into the yard and jump in the sandbox.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
And do everything with his nose like this.
He's going to go all swishy in there.
Uh-huh.
Get all yucky. He's so cutie little patootie. All right, well, you have fun running and playing in the sandbox, Webster. Now, we are down here. Today is number 18. It's another home day. We have lots of home days. And this week is Charlie's birthday on Thursday. So we are going to sing happy birthday to her right now. And we'll also try to remember to sing it at our Zoom meeting when we can see her. When we have our Zoom meeting on this day. You know what? I think I'm going to put the word Zoom on that day because that's our Zoom day. And I think it might be our last Zoom that day. So it'll be a special one. Okay, well, let's sing happy birthday to Charlie. Now we're gonna make sure pretend she's right here. Charlie, do you want cha-chas or no cha-chas? She's not talking. Mrs. Wallace, what do you think?
I think we should do the cha-chas.
Cha-chas? All right,
Yes.
Let's sing happy birthday. Will you sing with me, Mrs. Wallace?
I would love to sing.
All right, ready? Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, dear Charlie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Ooh la la. Okay, Charlie, we'll try to remember to sing again on that day. Now, Mrs. Wallace, you've never been here for this, so I will teach you how to do it. The first thing you get to do is pick out the word of the day. I've already put in the number and the birthday and this stuff. So all you have to do right now is pick out which word of the day you want. Now last week we had seed from Mrs. Weber.
Turkey.
Good one. Good choice. How many syllables are in turkey? Turkey. Two syllables. All right. Now, Mrs. Wallace, your next decision is to decide what pointer you want to use, not including the flag. So come pick what pointer you want. She wants the big Elsa star, or whatever it is.
Cinderella.
Cinderella's. All right, so stand over there, stand here so you can point.
Here?
Doesn't matter. And point to May and say May.
May.
What's the number?
18.
What's the year?
2020.
What special event do we have this week?
A birthday.
And yesterday was?
Sunday.
Today is?
Monday.
Tomorrow will be?
Tuesday.
And what's today's weather?
It's cloudy and windy.
Every Monday it's cloudy. And the season is
Spring!
and the word of the day,
Turkey!
good job, Mrs. Wallace. You can have a seat. You did a great job. Do you know what time it is now? Time for the morning message. 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 Let's all read it now. Hey, and a howdy do to you folks. There's no folks except my friend Mrs. Wallace and my friend Mrs. Weber, but that's okay. Now, Mrs. Wallace, the leader, also gets to pick the color marker we use. And you can't pick my color, which was green. So you may choose a color that's not green. She picked primrose. Do I have to use my primrose voice, Ducky?
Why, certainly.
My primrose voice is my British old lady voice.
I think you should use it.
Now, I thought I had 2 primroses, but I must only have 1. So we're using primrose, boys and girls. Here we go. Today is Monday. It's not a juicy one, folks. Monday, May. What was the number, Mrs. Wallace? I forgot.
18.
18. 2020. And who's the leader? Are you? Mrs. Wallace, it's you. Oops. Mrs. Wallace, can you spell your name for me, please?
Capital M R S period.
Do you have another name?
I do.
Can I have that one also?
Capital W A L L A C E.
Very good, thank you. Let's read this sentence together, boys and girls. Mrs. Wallace is the leader. Very good, Mrs. Wallace. I'm going to switch off the primrose voice now because it's starting to irritate me. Okay, this week we will learn about the ocean. You like the ocean? I love the ocean. I don't particularly like to swim in it, but I do like to watch it and walk along the edge of it. What might you see under the sea? I used the word sea 2 times. Sea and sea. But are they alike? Are they different, Mrs. Wallace?
They're different.
How are they different?
See with my eyes, and sea is the water, the SEA.
So this one is the water sea. This one is I see with my eyes. And this one is S-E-E. The ocean one is S-E-A. Isn't that weird? They both are called sea. They don't mean the same thing, and they're spelled differently, but you say the same thing. The English language is pretty weird, I think. Okay, now Mrs. Wallace doesn't know what we do next. What we do next, Mrs. Wallace, is we answer the question, and then you can pick something that you would like to underline. So why don't you tell us something that you might see under the sea?
An octopus.
Do you know how many syllables are in octopus?
Octopus. 3.
Very good. What about you, Mrs. Weaver? You might as well answer too. What would you see under the sea?
Maybe a starfish?
And sure, they can be found under the sea. I think under the sea, I would see a puffer fish. One of your videos is going to be about a craft with a puffer fish. And when they get upset, and all these spikies come out of them. Now, Mrs. Wallace, what would you like to come and underline? Do you know what that word says?
It says ocean.
Very good. And how many syllables is that?
Ocean. 2.
Very good. So Mrs. Wallace picked ocean. Well, let's see. What is Cox going to pick? Mr. Cox, I'm going to say, oh, I forgot to tell you. Our letter this week, we're going to actually have two. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a double. We're only going to talk about this one right now. U for under the sea. So, Mr. Cox, are you going to find a U? No, you want to find an M for Mr. Cox. Mr. Cox. All right, you can. And Africa, you like to find an A. Oh, there's so many A's up here. How about this A in Mrs. Wallace's name? That's a great choice. K, Callie, do you see any K's up here today? There's one. And Charlie, can you find a U for me? Thank you. There you go. And Cameron, what are you going to pick? You always manage to find a C. Is there a C? There is in the word ocean. Elizabeth, what are you going to look for? Elizabeth's going to look for a Z. I don't think there's any Z's up here, Elizabeth. How about an E for your name for Elizabeth? There's actually, Elizabeth, 2 double E's up here. I wonder if you'll find them. You did. You found this one. Double E. Good for you. And let's see. Betty. Betty, are there any B's? I don't see any B's.
I do, and about.
About, where is it? Oh, you're right. There's a B. You and Brooklyn can both pick that. How about that? And let's see. We have, so I did Brooklyn. James, are there any J's up here for you? I know what James is going to pick. He's going to pick the word May. And see, Callie, I'm going to let you pick a Y because you have a Y at the end of your name. And Serenity, you're going to also pick a Y. Let's see if there's another Y up here. There's one right there. Lizy Lou. Let's see, there's a double L for Lizy Lou. And Nate Smith, you're going to pick the number 18. And let's see, Hannah, any H's up here? I see some H's. There's an H in the word the. Wampy, how about a W for Wampy? Did I miss anybody? Let's count and see. There should be 16 lines. If there's 16 lines, I didn't miss anybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes! I did it! I rock and I roll. I did not miss anyone. We're going to talk more about Under the Sea later on this week, and you'll be getting in your packet some really fun Under the Sea stuff. Bye-bye for now.